Inflammation sits quietly behind many conditions we worry about: Alzheimer's, macular degeneration, even those small memory slips that seem to come out of nowhere. Most people don't notice it at first, because it doesn't announce itself loudly. It works in subtle ways. You don't wake up one day and forget everything. Instead, you start mixing up names. You walk into a room and pause, unsure why you went there. You look at your phone knowing you had a purpose, but the thought gently fades away. At night, your eyes may feel dry or tired. You find yourself needing brighter light just to read a menu. During conversations, you listen closely, but sometimes it's harder to keep up, so you simply nod along. You tell yourself it's just aging. But somewhere inside, you sense that something else may be contributing. Here's what's really happening. Chronic, low-grade inflammation slowly affects brain tissue, interrupts how neurons communicate, and reduces healthy blood flow to the retina. It's a gradual process, quietly impacting clarity, memory, and vision over time. And often, the cause isn't only what's added to the diet. It's what's missing. While processed foods can increase inflammation, nature also provides foods that help calm it. Today, I want to share 3 powerful fruits that do exactly that. They gently support the brain and eyes, helping restore focus, clarity, and comfort in ways many people don't expect. They're simple, affordable, and easy to find, yet frequently overlooked. And the last one is especially important. It doesn't just help protect your brain. It supports the natural repair of cells affected by inflammation. If you're new here, welcome to Vital Health, where we simplify science, share real hope, and help you take small, meaningful steps toward better health. Feel free to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. You deserve to understand what's happening in your body. Now, let's begin. Of all the fruits found in nature's pharmacy, very few are as well studied and respected as the pomegranate. Its jewel-like seeds may look beautiful on a salad, but their value goes far beyond appearance. Pomegranate is rich in a compound called punic agent, a powerful polyphenol known for its natural anti-inflammatory effects, particularly in the brain and retinal tissue. As we age, inflammation tends to build up quietly in the brain. It doesn't only affect memory. It can interfere with the hippocampus, slow neural communication, and reduce healthy blood flow to the retina. This is why many seniors notice memory lapses and reduced visual sharpness occurring at the same time. Pomegranate helps address both issues at their root. Punic agent works by gently blocking inflammatory pathways, especially NF-kappa B and COX-2, 2 major drivers of brain inflammation. A 2020 study published in Molecular Nutrition and Food Research showed that punic agent reduced oxidative stress and neural inflammation in mice, leading to noticeable improvements in spatial memory and cognitive flexibility. In simple terms, brain tissue didn't just stop declining, it began to regain function. The benefits extend beyond the brain. In a 2018 study published in the Journal of Ocular Pharmacology and Therapeutics, researchers found that pomegranate extract helped protect retinal ganglion cells from inflammatory damage and oxidative stress. These cells are responsible for processing visual information before it reaches the brain. When they weaken, symptoms like blurry vision, delayed focus, and difficulty adjusting to light often appear. Here's a simple real-world example. One of my patients, Linda, age 68, added just half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds to her lunch each day. After 6 weeks, she noticed her eyes didn't dry out as quickly in the afternoon, and she felt less mentally foggy by around 5 p.m. The change wasn't dramatic, but it was steady, noticeable, and felt genuine. That's where the real lies. Pomegranate doesn't work like caffeine. It doesn't force a short-term burst of sharpness. Instead, it supports neurons by reducing the quiet inflammation that may have been interfering for years. Another reason pomegranate is especially helpful for seniors is its role in cerebral circulation. Inflammation can damage tiny blood vessels in the brain, causing capillaries to stiffen or narrow. Pomegranate juice has been shown to improve endothelial function and increase nitric oxide availability, helping blood flow more freely to delicate neural tissue. A 2019 study published in Clinical Nutrition found that daily pomegranate juice consumption significantly improved cerebral blood flow and memory recall in adults over 60. That isn't just encouraging research, it's meaningful support. So how can you include it? The simplest option is fresh pomegranate seeds, about half a cup per day, ideally with a meal to support absorption. They can be added to oatmeal, yogurt, or a green salad. If you prefer juice, choose 100% pure pomegranate juice with no added sugar, and limit intake to about 4 ounces per day to avoid blood sugar spikes. Avoid candies, gummies, or artificial pomegranate flavoring. They don't offer the same benefits. And remember, inflammation doesn't build overnight, and it doesn't resolve overnight either. But day by day, the natural compounds in pomegranate help reduce strain on neurons, protect the retina, and support the gradual rebuilding of memory and focus. When your mind feels clearer and your eyes feel less strained at the end of the day, that isn't coincidence. It's the result of chemistry and nature quietly working together, on your side. That if there's one fruit that quietly supports both restful sleep and neural repair, it's the cherry. Small, slightly tart, and often overlooked, cherries contain a unique blend of compounds that gently support the aging brain and retina. At the heart of their benefit are anthocyanins, the natural pigments that give cherries their deep red color. These compounds aren't just visual. They act as natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant agents, helping reduce inflammatory cytokines such as IL-6 and TNF-alpha, which are closely linked to neuroinflammation and retinal degeneration. In older adults, these inflammatory cytokines often remain elevated due to age-related shifts in immune function. This creates a constant, low-level strain on neurons and retinal cells. Over time, memory pathways can weaken, and the eyes may struggle more with light sensitivity and contrast. Cherries help interrupt this process by lowering inflammatory signals, allowing neurons and photoreceptor cells to function more smoothly. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that regular consumption of tart cherry juice significantly reduced C-reactive protein and markers of oxidative stress in adults over 55. Notably, these improvements occurred without changes to medication or lifestyle, suggesting cherries alone can influence systemic inflammation, including in the brain and eyes. Beyond inflammation, cherries offer another important benefit. They are one of the few natural food sources of melatonin, the hormone that regulates the sleep-wake cycle. Sleep is when the brain clears waste, strengthens memory, and supports tissue repair. Poor sleep isn't just a sign of aging, it actively contributes to cognitive decline. By naturally supporting melatonin levels, cherries help improve sleep quality and the downstream brain benefits that come from deeper, more restorative rest. A double-blind study published in the European Journal of Nutrition in 2018 showed that older adults who consumed tart cherry juice daily for 2 weeks experienced meaningful improvements in sleep duration and sleep quality. Brain MRI scans revealed better connectivity in regions linked to attention and working memory. An effect researchers attributed to improved sleep combined with reduced inflammatory stress. The retina, which is technically part of the brain, also carries out much of its repair during sleep. This is when photoreceptor cells regenerate and blood flow to the eyes stabilizes. When sleep is shallow or disrupted, the eyes may feel dry, gritty, or blurry in the morning. By supporting melatonin and reducing inflammatory byproducts, cherries help restore this important nightly repair cycle. Cherries also support vascular health, which is essential for both brain oxygenation and retinal perfusion. Poor circulation is a quiet but significant contributor to senior vision problems, particularly in conditions like age-related macular degeneration. Anthocyanins found in cherries have been shown to protect endothelial cells and improve microvascular flexibility. A 2021 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition confirmed that anthocyanin-rich diets increased retinal blood flow and delayed visual acuity loss in animal models of age-related eye disease. For those mindful of blood sugar, tart cherries are a sensible option. They have a low glycemic index, and their natural compounds may even support improved insulin response, an added benefit for older adults with type 2 diabetes, a known risk factor for both memory loss and vision decline. Simply put, cherries are far more than a sweet snack. They help calm brain and eye inflammation, support deeper sleep, and improve circulation where it matters most. For seniors experiencing brain fog, restless nights, or gradual vision changes, cherries offer a gentle yet meaningful shift toward clarity, one small serving at a time. Blackberries are far more than a colorful addition to a summer dessert. Beneath their deep purple skin lies one of nature's most concentrated sources of brain and vision support. For seniors especially, the compounds in blackberries help regulate some of the most overlooked yet essential systems in the aging brain. One of these systems involves microglia, the brain's immune cells. When functioning well, microglia help clear damaged neurons, remove cellular debris, and keep communication pathways running smoothly. But with age, microglia can become overactive. Instead of protecting the brain, they begin driving chronic inflammation and slowly damaging healthy tissue. This process, known as microglial priming, is closely linked to both cognitive decline and vision loss. Blackberries help gently calm this overactivity. Rich in anthocyanins and polyphenol, blackberries have been shown to reduce microglial activation, protect neural pathways, and restore balance in the aging brain. In a 2015 study published in Neurobiology of Aging, older rats fed a blackberry-enriched diet showed significant improvements in short-term memory and motor coordination, along with reduced markers of brain inflammation compared to controls. What makes this especially meaningful for seniors is how it shows up in daily life. When microglial inflammation is reduced, people often feel more mentally present, better able to process information, and less affected by that end-of-day mental fog many older adults quietly experience. The benefits don't stop at cognition. The retina also contains microglia. When these cells become overactive in the eye, they contribute to retinal thinning, blood vessel damage, and gradual loss of visual sharpness. A 2021 study published in Molecular Vision found that anthocyanins from blackberries help protect retinal tissue from light-induced oxidative stress and preserve the integrity of photoreceptor cells. Another important benefit of blackberries is their support of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. BDNF acts like nourishment for the brain. It supports the growth of new neurons and strengthens the connections between existing ones. BDNF levels naturally decline with age, but compounds in blackberries have been shown to help increase its expression. In a 2020 study published in the Journal of Functional Foods, elderly participants who consumed blackberry extract daily for 12 weeks showed noticeable improvements in working memory and verbal fluency, changes closely associated with increased BDNF activity. Blackberries also support healthy blood flow. Like cherries and pomegranates, they help improve endothelial function, enhancing circulation to both the brain and the eyes. This matters because microglial overactivity and poor blood supply often occur together, accelerating both cognitive and visual decline. There's another benefit many people don't expect. Blackberries may help improve contrast sensitivity, the ability to distinguish details, such as reading fine print or recognizing faces in low light. This subtle visual skill often fades with age, but blackberry compounds help preserve the brain circuits that support it. Take Mark, age 72. He shared that street signs had become harder to read at night, and his thinking felt dull by early evening. After adding 1 cup of blackberries to his morning routine, he returned a few weeks later smiling. "I'm reading the paper again," he said. And it actually makes sense. Blackberries aren't magic, but the science behind them is real. They can be enjoyed fresh, frozen, or blended into a smoothie. Stick with whole, unsweetened berries. About 1 cup per day is enough to notice gradual changes over time. If fresh berries aren't available, an unsweetened blackberry powder can also be helpful. What matters most is consistency. Over time, The active compounds in blackberries help calm inflammation, regulate brain immune responses, and protect vision in ways you can truly feel. For seniors who feel their focus slowly slipping, blackberries offer a gentle return to clarity. One bowl at a time. You don't need to completely change your diet or search for rare powders from faraway places to protect your brain and vision. Often, the most effective support comes from simple things that are easy to overlook. What we've talked about today isn't theory. It's a practical routine you can begin as soon as tomorrow morning. 3 fruits, each with its own anti-inflammatory strength, working together to calm the brain's immune system, support visual clarity, and nourish the neural circuits that help keep your mind sharp. The key here is consistency, not perfection. You don't need large portions, and you don't need complicated recipes. The best results come from gently weaving these fruits into your day in a way that feels natural and sustainable. Start your morning with blackberries. Just 1 cup, fresh or frozen, mixed into oatmeal, blended into a smoothie, or eaten on their own. Their anthocyanins begin working early in the day, helping calm microglial overactivity and protecting the retina from everyday oxidative stress. Midday is an ideal time for cherries. About 4 to 6 ounces of tart cherry juice with lunch can help manage inflammation and gently prepare your body for deeper rest later on. If you prefer whole cherries, half a cup works just as well. Their natural melatonin begins guiding your circadian rhythm, while their compounds reduce inflammatory signals in both the brain and the eyes. In the evening, add pomegranate. Half a cup of fresh seeds is enough. It satisfies a sweet craving in a healthy way while delivering punic agent to quiet neural inflammation and support blood flow in the hours before sleep. This is when the brain's repair processes begin, and pomegranate helps make that repair more efficient and protective. Together, these 3 fruits create a gentle cycle of support. Morning clarity, midday calm, evening repair. They don't have to be perfect every day. Some days you'll forget. Some days you'll skip. But over time, your body begins to respond. Your thoughts may feel smoother. Your eyes may feel less dry. The world may seem a little clearer around the edges. And most importantly, you'll feel like you're finally doing something that truly helps. Not another pill. Not another empty promise. Just real food, real support, and small daily choices that add up to meaningful change. If you've stayed with me this far, I want you to hear this clearly. It's not too late. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to recover every memory you've ever lost. But you do need to begin. And sometimes beginning is as simple as choosing a piece of fruit. We live in a world that often ignores quiet signs of decline. Blurred vision, afternoon brain fog, difficulty focusing, struggling to follow conversations. These changes are brushed off as normal, expected, even irreversible. But what if they're not? What if that slow drift into mental and visual fatigue isn't just aging, but inflammation? And what if inflammation can be gently eased, day by day, using the natural intelligence of foods our bodies already recognize? You've now seen how pomegranate supports blood vessels and calms inflammation in the brain. How cherries encourage deep, healing sleep while soothing the immune system. And how blackberries protect the brain's internal cleanup crew, restoring clarity from the inside out. None of this requires willpower. Just awareness. Just intention. Just a bowl, a spoon, and a little time. And the most important part? These foods don't just help you feel better. They help you stay connected, to the people you love, the books you still want to read, and the conversations you still want to be part of. This isn't about living forever. It's about living clearly. If this message resonated with you, feel free to like this video and share it with someone who might need it. And if you're new here, you're always welcome to subscribe. This is Vital Health, where clarity isn't a memory, it's a future. Thank you for watching. Stay sharp. Stay kind. I'll see you in the next one.